Educator, the podcast where we unpack powerful ideas and practical strategies for today's teachers. I'm your host, Suryavati, and if you joined us for the last episode on multitasking, thank you. I hope you found a little more focus in your day. Today, we are continuing our journey with a topic that every teacher hears about, but few feel confident with: formative assessments. What is it, what it isn't, and why it might be the secret to more meaningful teaching and learning. Let's be honest. When you hear formative assessment, what pops in your head? A quick test? A few MCQs? A checklist? Here's the truth. Formative assessment is not a test. It is not about grades or marks. It's about pausing during the learning process to ask, is this working for them? Should I teach this differently? Think of it like a GPS. You get directions, but then traffic or a wrong turn makes you recalculate. Formative assessment is that recalculation. Researchers like John Hattie show that effective feedback and formative assessment have a massive impact on student achievement. Why? Because it catches misconceptions early before they become big problems. It's assessment for learning, not just of learning. What you need to do is think of it as a feedback loop for your students and for you. But in many classrooms, we often make some common mistake. Mistake number one: treating formative assessment as smaller versions of exams. Mistake number two: grading everything even when feedback would be more helpful. Mistake three: thinking of it as extra work instead of building a part of teaching. Sound familiar? So here's what formative assessment can look like and how it can empower your teaching. A quick think pass share mid-lesson. Exit scripts when students write down one thing they learned or one question they still have. No hands-on questioning, so everyone participates, not just the front row. Peer feedback using clear rubrics. Even a simple verbal check-in where a student explains a concept in their own words. Just on the fly, this is the key. If you see widespread confusion, pause, re-explain, use a different example. Don't just push forward. And here's the best part. You don't have to document everything. Sometimes just observing and adjusting in the moment is more powerful than any mark sheet. Formative assessment is about noticing learning in real time and responding to it. It empowers students to take ownership of their progress, and it helps us teach more intentionally. Here's your challenge for the week. Try one formative strategy and don't grade it. Just observe, reflect, and adjust. Because when done right, formative assessment doesn't just measure learning, it deepens it. So thank you for spending these minutes with me on the Focused Educator. If this episode gave you something to reflect on, do share it with your fellow teachers or your school group. And don't forget to follow the show. Next time, we'll explore on some strategies for building a positive classroom culture. Until then, stay focused, stay inspired, and keep making a difference.